Welcome to the video summary of the survey performed within the first work package, National and International Research on Blended Learning, as a part of implementation of the Tempus BLATT project. Let us begin by noting the vastness of information out there on the topic of e-learning, educational technology, and hybrid courses. Our work group has just scratched the surface by reviewing selected papers and blog posts on the cutting-edge reflection and research. Allow us to share what we have learned. Internet-based education has been studied in many aspects. Its quality and the quality of traditional teaching were compared through evaluation of students' satisfaction, efficiency, motivation, and achievements. Apart from the major findings listed here, the most paradoxical conclusion was that online learning can increase the isolation of students in some cases, thereby adversely influencing their success and achievements during the studies. Social isolation seems to be one of the biggest problems and a common problem for teachers and students. Most students who give up their education did it because of problems related to social maladjustment. Considering the results of the studies, students are able to successfully complete online courses, gaining the same competencies as their peers, learning by face-to-face methods when provided with the accessible learning materials and mentored by the competent instructors. Future comparative studies on students' performances in online and traditional courses should focus on analysis of students' collaborative project development and comparison of student success in the final exam. Dak Model is one of the mostly used cognitive learning styles. Different learning types correspond to different persons: visual, audio, and kinesthetic. Visual learners prefer images, graphics, schemes, Venn diagrams, graphs, etc. Auditory types learn most effectively through lectures, discussions, or studying with music. Kinesthetic type of learner prefers active research by touching, moving, testing, doing science projects or experiments. Each of the learning types has its advantages and disadvantages. However, most important conclusion to be drawn here is that students should not be limited to one cognitive style, but they should be offered, regardless of their preferences, contents which will cater for all styles of learning. Blended learning is an attempt to coalesce the best elements of online and on-ground instruction into a super hybrid of sorts, one that delivers a rich skill set and a valuable educational experience to learners. This model includes courses and modular content in whatever combination makes the most sense given the context. On-ground class periods are comprehensive information sessions designed for students to learn how the faculty programs align with their professional needs. It is an opportunity to meet one-on-one with the faculty members and administrative staff while collecting information that will set them on the right path to earning a degree. The course materials are housed within a learning management system, which, among others, provides following benefits for instructors: to publish syllabi and class assignments, to consolidate course materials, to house test authoring tools, to develop motivations, to build two types of interactions: functional, from the surroundings, and interrelated, from other students and teachers. The brick and the mortar classroom time is used to interact with students. Laboratory time may serve as an opportunity to train students in using all the tools at their disposal. Although the computer and the LMS are merely a medium, many instructors and students in technologically enhanced classes spend the majority of their time grappling and coming to terms not with the ideas of the class, but with the delivery device, constant struggle to log in, to format the work correctly, and to find information in an endless parade of contextual menus. Beasley describes an LMS as a walled garden because they provide substantial control over the environment in which learning activities take place, and are often relatively appealing to faculty members beginning to make the transition from fully traditional classroom instruction. These are just some of the objections that develop the analogy. Probably the biggest challenge is how to use the LMS to boost learning activities onto the open web, which better represents the culture in which students will find themselves after graduation, turning it into a springboard for authentic learning experiences. The hierarchy of progressive blurring the line between here and out there might look like this. Finally, here are the advantages of both providing links that take students outside the LMS and of bringing in portions of the outside world. Synchronous communication is not to be seen either as a replacement or as more advanced successor of asynchronous one, since both types of delivery have its distinguished function in online education. Asynchronous communication is far better for the purposes of delivering contents and administration, while the synchronous functionality prevails when it comes to collaborative planning and social interactions. It is said that students and lecturers need multiple knowledges to get the best from the virtual environments. This is also referred as to three fronts of knowledge: technical, procedural, and operational. There is no doubt that an advanced preparation of students and teachers for the course is the absolute requirement. Otherwise, the usage of the classroom may become confusing or even frustrating. Furthermore, one must be aware that synchronous online learning might not benefit all students. A minority of them feels pressure in the synchronous environment and may prefer forums and other asynchronous tools to better express their contributions over a greater period. In dealing with this problem, pre-education and time are of critical importance. In medical and biological sciences, traditional learning is often insufficient in meditation and training students to apply the theoretical knowledge in their practice. Students study the biological and medical aspects of exercise, monitor physiological adaptation of the organism and symptoms of overtraining, study the physiologic basis of exercise such as flexibility, muscular strength, endurance, body composition. They also learn to recognize the benefits and risks associated with physical training and give recommendations for intensity, duration, frequency, and type of exercise. There are many confirmed advantages of integrating e-tools into the curriculum. In conclusion, all this implies that students need a basic knowledge of human anatomy and physiology, which is best acquired through photos, models, and interactive computerized sessions that would enhance student activity and provide them with the opportunity of dynamic and stimulating learning methods. The pedagogical model applied at our university includes conceptualization, experimentation, exercise, and reflection. In each of these categories, the online tools can be applied, enabling great benefits to both students and teachers. There are people among us who hold the opinion that using such tools can make students more dependent on modern technology and reduce their brain activity. Those similar arguments were heard when the students started using calculators or when civil engineering students started using computer programs instead of rulers and ink pens to draw blueprints. Regardless of the tools, there are correct and false calculations, and there are well-designed and ugly buildings. With online slideshow or Science Direct movies, the students can see the operational systems as they are on site. It is always something they will remember better than just teacher's lesson. The use of various tools for modeling and simulation in environmental engineering will help us with coaching the students' experiments. In exams preparation, online materials can be very useful. The authors of modern textbooks such as Environmental Science by Richard T. Wright or Environmental Chemistry by C. Baird also publish online quizzes, comprehension questions, and guided discussions to complement the course book. Using Blackboard is a valuable way of keeping records of the students' exams, attendance, and experiment results. Cross-section of the data will give insight into the progress of each student. Although the activity is completed, our work does not stop here. The innovations in the field happen in giant leaps. Therefore, we are always on the lookout. One of the major tools for professional development are personal learning networks, which are all the rage at the moment. A PLN can take advantage of lots of different services. Facebook is perhaps the best known. Ning is also very popular and offers such as the Educator's PLN. Of all the available services, the one we found the most fascinating and the most useful is Twitter. We have found wealth of resources and got useful advice from well-known authors and experts who are providing links and opinions on bleeding-edge research. In addition, we especially wish to thank our project partners whose input is invaluable. We have learned more in a few months from them than we have in the last couple of years. Thank you. Here.